All right, hello.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. We're finally back. Episode 72 of Hello, the podcast. Man, it's been a hot minute. How many weeks do you reckon it's been, Jenz? Like 4
Months? Yeah.
3 weeks? 4 months? Yeah, it's been a while. We do apologize. We have just been absolutely flat out. I have been crazy busy with like the wrap up of uni, and then work really kicked off. So it's been a hot minute, but I'm glad we're back. It's good to be finally back in the chair, in front of the camera for a bit. Going back over some of the favorite things of the week.
Yeah. What have you been up to for the last month?
Just
those two things?
Basically those two things. We had a uni gala. We were dressed up all nice and fancy for.
Oh yeah. How was that?
That was exciting. It was pretty good. It was just like a sort of a showcase for the students that did like the professional experience stuff, which is what I was enrolled in for the semester. And so like, yeah, they had a guest speaker and all this sort of stuff. And like, I dressed fancy, right? So I dressed in a dinner jacket and like a bow tie and all this sort of stuff. And so we sat down at this table, and then as everyone else was coming in to be seated, one gentleman walked in, and he pointed out to me, and he was like, "Oh, thank God, someone else is in black tie." And I was like, "Yeah, I thought, why not?
Oh,
it's a fancy dress, it's a formal thing, right?" It was the dean of the science, engineering, and mathematics and computing school. The fucking dean of the course that I'm in was sitting next to me, and I was just like sort of casually talking to him, at the start. I didn't know who it was at the start. I was just casually talking to him like, "Oh yeah, so like we're here for the pressure, yada yada yada." And then they start the event, and then they're like, "We're gonna welcome the dean of the science engineering thing to the stage," and this guy gets up, and I'm like, "Oh." It was, yeah. So I was like, "Okay, well."
At least you were, nice to them.
That's true. Yeah, I was trying to be as professional as possible. So, but more so after I found out that, because I was like, I hope they don't take any grades away from me because I'm eating like a pig or something,
That's so funny.
But yeah, that was like one of the highlights of the last bit. But then yeah, Black Friday sales for work we got flogged.
Oh yeah.
So it was literally just, I would go to work, I'd come home, I'd feel wiped, I'd sleep, and then would wake up, go to work, just rinse and repeat for like 5-6 days straight.
Did you get that bag though?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it was worth it in the end, but it was just, it wiped me. So, but yeah. And what have you been up to, Jenz, for the past couple of days? Because like you did like a little holiday trip to Melbs. You did like
Yeah, I went to Melbourne for
you've been a lot more exciting than what I've been doing.
Red Bull Billy Kart racing, which was fun. Honestly, I have actually been away from streams because of my maybe long COVID. Not sure what it is, but I've been so out of breath lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been pretty much away, which is also why we haven't been recording for the last month.
Yeah.
But yeah, Melbourne was fun. I'm glad I didn't get COVID again. That would have been awful.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is the table that we were sitting at, we also had the guest speaker sitting opposite us, and then Emma noticed on Twitter like 2 days ago that she'd posted a positive COVID test, and I was like, oh shit, not again. I still think we're within that grace period though, because like we got it at the same time.
Yeah.
I still think we're in that grace period of like, I think it's still just a bit too early for us to get it. Knock on wood, because I don't actually want to run that risk, but yeah, especially coming into the Christmas season.
I think it's running out like around the Christmas period is when maybe we'll
Christmas,
be,
New Year's. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you doing anything for Christmas?
No, just family things. Things. But just after Christmas, it's obviously my birthday. And just after my birthday, we're going to see Sir Elton John up in Newcastle.
Oh yeah.
And then just after that, me and Emma have actually booked a little cruise with some of my fam as well. I think it's just a 4-night cruise. It's just taking us to, I forget what the island is, but the island they shot Scooby-Doo on.
Oh yeah, where is that?
It's up in Queensland somewhere.
No
Or just
way.
off Queensland. But yeah, it didn't click with me. Like, Mum sent me this link and was like, "This would be pretty fun. Do you want to come with us? We're thinking of going." And then me and I were like, "Yeah, we'll go." And then a day after it, Emma was like, "It's Spooky Island," and I was like, "No, it's not." And she was like, "Yes, it is." And so I looked it
That's
up, but it
so
is. It's Spooky
funny.
Island. So
You
yeah, we're
should
gonna go
watch the
recreate it.
movie
Oh,
again.
we are. Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
For sure.
good. Man, that was such a
But
good
yeah.
movie.
It was. Yeah. We
I don't know if it
watched it
holds
not too
up,
long
but
ago.
oh, okay.
I think it does. I think it does. I think if you go into it like, being like it's a movie about a talking dog and some ghost hunters, like
Yeah.
you walk out. Yeah. But so yeah, that's what I've got planned. But do you guys have anything fun planned for Christmas, New Year's?
Not really. I think we're just gonna stay home, maybe have friendmas kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get like a proper holiday next year because Steven's still on like a contract, so we don't.
Yeah.
We can't take a whole lot of time off until next year. So hopefully
It does
we'll
make it a
plan
bit
something
tricky.
next year. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
We might do like a weekend thing, staycation
Yeah.
somewhere.
They're always good as well because sometimes it's just nice to get away, just even for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
like not even a big 2
Just a
week,
nice
3 week extravaganza.
Change of
just,
scenery.
yeah, just like to step away from the monitors and the cameras for a little bit, and recharge. But yeah. But having said that, Jenz, have you been playing anything exciting like over the past couple of weeks, or have you just been too busy to sort of,
Honestly, Fortnite has been the only thing I've been playing the last couple of weeks.
Bro, yeah.
But
Honestly.
that should hopefully change to Siege because of the new season.
Yeah, that's it. I gotta actually over my client. I gotta make sure I update that, don't I?
Yeah, you should update it. It's not that big actually. Mine went quite fast. But I actually checked out Need for Speed Unbound.
Same.
The new one.
Same.
Oh, you have? What do you think?
Yeah, I picked it up. Do you enjoy it?
It's fun, but I think it's more fun if you have friends.
Yeah, I think so. What did you pick it up on? Did you get it on PC or?
Yeah, EA subscription or whatever it is.
EA Play. Yeah. Okay. Because I picked it up on PS5 because I was umming and ahhing over it. And this does lead us pretty well into our little segue here, which I strategically wrote in this way. But yeah, I ummed and ahed over it for a little bit because it looks a bit different, obviously, to like your traditional Need for Speed or your traditional Forza or something like that. It's got its own art style. Let's put it that way.
It's a very unique art style, and someone pointed it's very Spider-Verse.
It is. Yeah, it is.
I think that's like the perfect way to describe that art style.
Yeah. But no, I ummed and ahed over it, and then it was coming up to release, and the thing that tipped me over the line was Palace.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, they're doing like a collab with EA, and they're part of it and things like that. And it was like, if you pre-order, you get the Palace stuff, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? And so I got it. Surprisingly, honestly, it's probably my favorite Need for Speed in the last 5 so years. Yeah, it is. It's a great ball of fun.
Yeah,
but
I definitely need to spend more time in it.
I do as well. I saw a little review yesterday that apparently the prologue is like 3 hours long or something stupid like that.
Oh.
For like a Need for Speed, like a prologue, in Need for Speed, like, yeah, sure, okay, maybe make it a race or two, but 3 hours long. I was like, damn, okay, I really need to spend some more time with it. Because I thought I was like starting the story, like I was already in the meat of the game, but apparently not.
No.
So yeah, I gotta get through it. But yeah, I don't think it's just me that's been having, these sort of good reviews, I guess, out of the game, because a lot of other people as well, Jenz, I've been hearing, have been pleasantly surprised by the latest Need for Speed. So I guess I'll go into a sort of our first topic, which is, the reviews that are coming out from this game. So after the latest Need for Speed, this Unbound, was leaked earlier this year, a lot of fans were sort of, I guess, nervous and cautious, myself included, about this latest title because it's, a very drastic change in art style, first and foremost. And it also having quite a short announcement window as well. which in the past, not just for the Need for Speed games, but I guess any game is kind of a bit of a red flag when they have a very short window between announcement and then release, because it probably means that the studio or the publisher doesn't have a lot of hope in the game garnering good reviews or something like that. And then more so as well, we found out closer to its release that the embargo for reviews lifts on the release day, which is another red flag as well. Again, meaning that the studio probably doesn't have a lot of hope in the title, but apparently not. It's been rating pretty well. So, like I said before, honestly, it's been one of the best Need for Speed games that I've played in a while. It's refreshing. It doesn't take itself too seriously. There are still a couple of lines of dialogue that I've come across that are a bit cringy, but it wouldn't really be a Need for Speed without that, I guess. And it's overall just been a good bit of fun. The art style was one of the biggest things that jumped out to me when I saw that release trailer, and I think a lot of other people as well. But it's quickly become one of my favorite sort of parts of the game.
Yeah.
Like it stands out on its own, but it's not so overwhelming that it's like it's not in every single part of the game. It's not like shoving itself down your throat. It's accenting a little bit of the game. And it's a nice touch, So not only did they change the art style, but I don't know how much you played through it, Jenz, because I saw you did do a stream of it. But I didn't watch it because I didn't want to spoil myself or anything too much. But a bit of the gameplay cycle they've changed as well from past Need for Speed games. So it's now not just like, drive to the event, join the event and try and place high on the leaderboard to earn cash so that you can upgrade your cars or buy better cars and things. It changes that sort of cycle a little bit, and it's more now like where you leave your garage, you go to, it's daytime, you go to a couple of events, you buy in to these events, and they're a little bit cheaper during the day than what they are during the night. And then you obviously try and place as best you can during these events to earn somewhat small amounts of cash.
Yeah.
You also will gain heat through police chases after these events and things. Did my Batman figure just fell? He did. You'll also gain events during these heats during these events from the police chases, which follow on to the nighttime events as well, which are kind of a cool little, I guess,
like
flow.
Risk. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it does. It has risk. And so, after you finish these police chases, you get this heat, then you go back to your garage, so on and so forth. You reset and you come out at night again. It gives you chance as well once you go to that garage to sort of upgrade your car for the night events, I guess, from some of that money that you earn throughout the day. But money is quite tricky to come across in this latest Need for Speed as well. So those upgrades are very few and far between. So when you do get the chance to obviously make those upgrades to your car, they're massive. They feel worthwhile, But yeah, then it comes to the nighttime events. You leave your garage at night, you drive to these events, and then these require a bigger buy-in, right? But they also result in more of a cash prize due to that as well. And so that does play into that sort of risk reward thing as well, as like, is my car good enough for this $6,000 buy-in for me to earn potentially $11,500? You got to sort of weigh up your options and things. And then more so on top of that, you can also bet on yourself or other races as well.
Like GTA.
Like GTA, yeah. To sort of, I guess, if you feel like you're not going to win, you can still buy into the event, still earn a couple of $1,000s, but maybe earn a couple of $100 extra on top of it from the bet that you made, So it's got this really cool risk reward system. So it doesn't just feel like it's handing you victory after victory after victory of races. You've still got to really work for them and things. And it's a cool dynamic. I enjoy it. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. Like the art style, I thought it would be like would bother me, but honestly, I don't think I actually noticed it very much because I'm just like focusing on the driving.
Honestly, it's cool. I like the art style.
I do like it. It's fun.
I feel like it fits it so well. I feel like they were in a boardroom and they were making up sort of decisions for the game, and some intern was like, let's give this a go, and they're holding up a poster of like these anime type characters, and they were like, fuck, why didn't we think of that like 10 years ago? That's like
totally.
It just works, So yeah, I hope they follow on, eventually if they do, which they probably will, make another Need for Speed, and they sort of follow on with this art style, I guess. But I've been loving it. I don't know. I want to go play some more.
Yeah, no, it's good fun. It's a shame that like I honestly didn't know there was another one coming out until it was out.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't hinder them with their sales, but hopefully the reviews will push them over the edge.
Yeah. But no, not only that, Jenz, but we were spoiled. Like you said before, we were playing a ton of this game, and it's been sitting in the back of my mind for since it happened. But Fortnite's new season's finally here. But the new battle pass isn't the most exciting thing of this latest season, Jenz. It's those fucking damn graphics, man.
It's stunning. God. It is.
I don't know what they've done, but
pretty.
Honestly, it's incredible what they've done. It's just incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, like I couldn't believe how beautiful Fortnite is, and it's weird to say that, like with Fortnite, because it's it's cartoony battle royale. But honestly, this update, it's stunning and like, yeah, so well optimized.
That's the thing. That's what's crazy to me, more so than like, obviously you can make a game look as good as possible and things, and there's been tons of games that have come out in the past 5 years that prove that, but you need to have a chunky system to run it,
Yeah, you do.
And because that's what's so impressive about this, yeah.
Unreal Engine 5, right? That's what they changed.
Yeah, that's what they changed too, is they've updated it to Unreal Engine 5.1. And so it's included a bunch of updates to the visual look of Fortnite. So like reflections are better, lighting's better, textures are a whole lot cleaner and sharper. It just across the board, it just looks better. But like most people, if you said that like, yeah, there's a next gen update coming, you're like, fuck, I've got to upgrade my PC, or like I've got to be running on like the newer PS5 or the Series X or something like that. But like you can still play this on like a 5+ year old PC. Easy.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what I'm doing right now. Like I'm playing it on a 1080, a GTX 1080, and I'm no hitches, no stutters, no downs, nothing, and it still looks stunning. It's just crazy optimized. It's incredible. And I was telling Emma when we were playing it on that night that it went live.
Oh yeah.
We jumped on as soon as I got home, and I was telling her, I was like, it's a really good ad for Epic as well, because Epic own Unreal Engine 5.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not sure how many people know that, but yeah, Epic own Unreal Engine. And so it's a really good ad for them as well to be like, this is what you can do. With a well-optimized game, and like, if you do it properly and things like that, this is what this engine's capable of doing, So it's a really good ad for them as well. To be able to sort of showcase this and be like, this is what you could do as well if you wanted to use our resources. So it's
yeah, very good.
But with that as well, Jenz,
this is like fan service for us, talking about the games we like.
Yeah, basically, it's one of my favorite jobs is this podcast. But on that, Jenz, the battle pass, thoughts on
it? For Fortnite.
Yeah.
It is. I prefer the other one because it's more obvious.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird because
they did change a couple of the visual things, but I also mean like the content within it. Like,
right. I don't hate it. Like I don't care for Doom.
Yeah.
Because that's the skin that. Is that the end skin? It's one of them.
No, it's not the end skin. The end skin is like that big sort of Cybertron looking boss dude or whatever it is. But yeah, there's just not a lot of. I guess one of the things that I like most about Fortnite is the ability for them to like get all this licensed and all this extra material. And
coming
it's
from Gwen, it's a bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably. I was probably spoilt for choice.
Yeah.
With Spider-Man characters and things because I'm a big Spider-Man fan. But yeah, I don't know. Having Doom Guy, and I think there's one other licensed character in it.
There is
Geralt as well. Geralt is the other one. Which is pretty cool. Geralt's pretty cool. Which again, we'll have a little segment to that a bit later. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it was a bit.
Yeah, like it's more of the Fortnite characters, like whatever they've made, but
yeah,
a couple of them aren't too bad. Like usually, I don't like any of the Fortnite characters.
Yeah,
like they're never the ones you really want. You want the end person.
Yeah. Yep.
But in this, it's like, oh, these guys are kind of cool. Like, they're better than the guy that had a fucking toothbrush for a face. Like, I didn't like that.
He was look. He had a cool concept where you could build.
It was a cool concept, but it was so ugly. So I never bothered with his shit.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's like, oh, they all look fun. Like, they all look kind of cool.
What do you think of the Mr. Beast skin that's going to come out?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. He was in like the little trailer.
I saw the trailer, but I didn't see properly.
He flew past the screen very quickly, and I feel like I groaned. I was like, ugh. I couldn't really care for the Mr. Beast skin. But there's going to be a lot of kids out there that are going to go for it, though. So
probably
props to them. Yeah. But anyway, Jenz, probably your most exciting portion of the podcast. Do you want to take us through the latest Rainbow Six Siege update?
Gladly. So, as I record, the new season of Rainbow Six has been released, Solo Raid. And with the new release of Solo Raid, we have a new operator called Solace from Colombia, I want to say. She's a defender who wields a Spec IO sensor, which pretty much is like Pulse and IQ together, but better. Yeah. So it's like this AR goggle that highlights gadgets and attacker devices, and basically she provides so much intel for the group, and is, not gonna lie, quite broken. So I'm very curious on when we jump into some games later, how she performs and how she plays, because I've just been watching Macy play, and his brain is insane. So it's just like learning the ways you can use Solace. I'm just like, oh no, this is gonna be painful.
Yeah, you watch that guy play Siege, and it's like you feel like you've mastered a character. But then you watch him, and he's got 6 other different ways that work 5 times better than what you've come up with. And you're like, how? I didn't even know that was possible.
His IQ is insane. I just don't understand how his brain works. It's amazing. Anyways, so new operator Solace. So this kind of puts Knock redundant, IQ a bit, and Pulse is pretty much, you might as well pick Solace. Yeah. So very interesting. We also get a new map, which is set in Singapore, called Night Haven Labs. It kind of reminds me of that Alien Siege game.
Like Coastline. It's like Coastline.
Yeah.
Looks a lot.
I'm curious how it is, and always learning about a new map. I don't even know the latest map that they've given us.
Well, that's the thing is, we usually go and run on the test server for a night or so to sort of get a feel of the new map and things, but we haven't had the chance to do that this time. So this is going to throw us for a ringer when we try and jump in and we have absolutely no idea what we're doing. Before we had maybe some idea, no idea now.
No, that's all right. We'll learn.
We'll pick it up.
Also, with the new season, we have a reputation system. We've had a reputation system, but previously in when they first deployed it in 2020. But they've added some stuff. So with this reputation system, you get a reputation standing, which is fun. So basically, people can rate your reputation through your in-game actions and how they're viewed. And the goal is to promote healthy interactions within the community, which is nice. So it's kind of like trying to encourage you to be a nice person in game.
It's think of it, if you've played Overwatch recently, think of it like that sort of system
where you can give like a thumbs up.
You can rate them after the game of like, they played well, they supported this, they, or they were pretty negative and things like that. And it will kind of try and bunch people together in queues that will have the same sort of, playing style, I guess.
Yeah, so hopefully toxic people will stay with the toxic people.
Yeah.
Oh my god, could you imagine being in that lobby?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Jenz, is the only thing is, do you think this is going to be abused? And Siege being Siege, everyone's just going to rate everyone toxic regardless of how they're playing.
I really hope they don't.
Because it's
really
that would just
they don't.
ruin it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Ubisoft have thought of it, and I'm sure the Siege teams thought of it as well. And you know, if you just start a game and then everyone gets mass reported negative, I'm sure it's going to count as like a false positive or something. But,
yeah.
You know,
I feel like there should be there must be a measure in place. Because like you can report people, but you're not going to get away like straight away get banned. So there must be some sort of reputation. System
like
where it's like can kind of work out whether or not it's Anyways, we'll see. But in the future, this may look like you can get rewards and boost in game if you earn a positive standing, and restrictions for negative ones. So this would be great if it worked properly, if there's no exploits, but knowing the internet, who knows how that would go.
Can you imagine, like, if you had a negative standing or a somewhat negative standing, and the restriction was instead of being able to redeploy immediately after a match, like you have to wait 5 or 10 minutes.
Oof.
You know, like just like it's it's not like you're getting banned. It's not like you're getting kicked from the game, but it's just an annoyance that's just enough that you might be like, fuck, man, I've got to reconsider my whole sort of,
my whole life,
emotion and my whole, my play style and all this stuff.
That's what I'm hoping, is that it just checks people in place. We'll see. I'm curious. Ranked 2.0 was coming, which actually for the first time makes me want to play ranked.
Whoa.
I know. I've always been scared of ranked, but with ranked 2.0, it definitely makes it feel more approachable, because I think you all start in copper, so no matter what, you'll be copper, which is probably where I would stay anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I think it's going to be very similar to like I think of Valorant or CSGO, where like you all start at like zero rank points or 0 MMR or whatever you want to call it, 0 everything. And then, each win or draw or victory, you sort of bump up in terms of your performance, and you just slowly go up to, silver and gold and diamond.
And so your rank is now no longer determined by your MMR, but how many rank points you win or lose after each ranked match.
Yeah.
So that's good. Good if you have a stack rather than, a team that's trying to throw. But there's a lot of like protection against deranking in this, so it's like, especially in the early on levels, there's no, like, if you lose a match, it's not the end of the world, because you gain, if you win, you gain a lot of points to then try and rank up, compared to when you lose, you lose a couple of, like, a very small amount of points. So that's good. And
that is good,
I believe you can also just rank with, like, you remember last time when we did our placement matches and we couldn't play ranked with Queen because she had not done.
Because she
was a different.
Now,
so now you can
I
just.
think you had to be within 1,000 MMR or something like that. Yeah.
But now you can pretty much queue with anyone.
No, that's good.
Which is good.
Especially you can queue with anyone probably until one of you does get too far gone, or
probably. If someone's like Emerald and everyone else is copper, then we're probably not going to play with that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Another exciting thing about the Battle Pass is that the Battle Pass is no longer a linear system. Instead, it's got little branching paths. So
everyone's doing that Battle Pass style these days.
Honestly,
man.
It's so good.
It is. It's
It basically allows you to get specific items that you want. Compared to being first, like you can if you want that skin, you just take that path to get to that skin, whereas your traditional battle pass is, here is the timeline, you have to do it all the way to get to the end, like there's no ifs, buts, or whatever about it. But now you can make your own path, and get the items
But
you want.
have you? I'm sure you've seen the image of it as well, like during the little
Yes.
press things and things like that. Did they explain it to you in terms of like you need breach charges and things like
Yes.
that to be able to unlock certain branches? And like
Yes.
that seemed confusing to me, but so you still are somewhat. I'm going to put in quotations, somewhat
It's
limited
somewhat
in what branch you can pick. You know,
yes.
like you do still need to obviously play the game to level up and things
Oh,
like
of
that to be
course.
able to progress and things. But yeah, if I'll put the image up behind us so you guys can
It
kind of
does
get
look
a view
confusing,
of it
and
on the thing.
I know a lot of
It
people will
does.
have
Yeah.
a bit of trouble getting used to it. But yeah, so there's areas that you can branch out to with a breach charge. And that literally just makes like a secondary route away from your current spot to the next one.
And I think you get a breach charge like every 5 levels or something like that.
Yeah, so you gain breach
every 5
charges.
or 10 levels. So it's kind of like it's a somewhat of a hindrance in the sense that you can't just like blitz it straight to the tier 100 route. You've still got to somewhat
grind
level
it
up. You're still got to play the game a little bit. Yeah. But it is at first glance it's confusing. Don't be intimidated by it. It is relatively simple to get past.
Yeah. Another one for accessibility is that team colors can be customized now. Say like a red dot sight or a breach charge or a C4 claymore, they can all be determined by 2 colors, your team's color and then an opponent's color. So it can be red and blue, which I think is great because
it's so much fucking better than what they did before. Oh my god.
What was it before?
When they change most of the drones, like when they change the lights of the drones to a different color. I'm a relatively competent Siege player. I'll just let that. I'm a relatively competent Siege player. You know, to this day, that fucking light change on the drones still confuses me. I don't know if my drones are white lights or blue lights. I got no idea.
Yeah,
couldn't tell you.
Sometimes I'm like, is that someone that a teammate, like a Mozzie, is controlling?
That's what I mean, because I think even when a Mozzie controls it, I think it's still the enemy team's light color or something like that. And it throws me for a ringer.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't. So having these little accessibility and quality of life changes that they've been making over the past couple of seasons have been such a godsend.
Oh yeah, truly.
They're just you know, on paper it sounds like such an irrelevant update, but when you actually put it into practice, it's so much better.
Yeah, it's literally life-changing.
It honestly is. As stupid as it sounds, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very excited.
And the thing is like we're not even people that suffer from like color blindness.
No, not at all.
You know, something like that are actually going to really see changes from these, you know, accessibility options and things. We're just your everyday players. Like, you know, so you can't even imagine how much bigger of a step it is for people that do actually require those sorts of extra accessibility features. Yeah. That's great.
I'm sure there's heaps more to the update, but these are just the highlights from me. But the last highlight I just want to say is that we're getting drone skins.
Yeah, that's exciting too.
Finally.
It's been umming and ahhing for years. I think I remember like year 2, year 3, people are like, oh, can we have drone skins? These are pretty cool. Like once characters
this is year
get
7
skins and things.
Like it's been
years.
Yeah.
It's been years in the making. And probably for a good reason too, because it, you know, can you imagine if they put like a matte black skin or something like that in, or something like that just it blends way too well, like a camo skin or something, and it does just make that drone extra hard to see again.
Well, now that Solace is a thing, Solace is pretty much, you know,
Solace
the drone killer.
She's just wall hacks.
Yeah.
Like you can just see a drone through whatever you have in front of you. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I found it really interesting the way where the drones are coming from is where you'll know that people are spawning in from.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's your droning phase is now a bit more tactical that way because Solace knows where you're going to be spawning from and probably coming in from. So I thought that was such an interesting insight.
It is. Yeah. The strats that are going to come with her are going to be crazy.
New season. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. And I think it's a great season for any newcomers to come into as well.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if by the time this recording goes live, but they might be doing a free weekend as well, if not mistaken.
Oh,
so
maybe.
Yeah, I saw that they were planning to do a free weekend. I'm just not sure if it was this weekend or if it's next weekend. But yeah, do keep your eye if you've ever been interested in Siege. Do keep your eye out for those free weekends because they're a really good way to sort of dip your toe in the water and see, what
What
the
it's all
game's
about.
like, and
Yeah.
you can get it on Uplay, you can get it on Steam, you can get it on. There's a bunch of different services. So whatever you have, you're more than capable of finding Siege. Yeah, for
I
free
think
for a weekend
Game
or two at some
Pass
point.
as well, right? Because they did
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because they partner up with Ubisoft, I think, for a lot of
yeah,
their things. So yeah, even Game Pass as well. You might even get free access to Siege just
maybe.
generally because it's on Game Pass. Yeah, so give it a go. Give it a go. But Jens, our last thing for the week as well. Have you seen the little teaser trailer that they did for this?
I
Like
haven't seen it
showcasing.
properly, no.
Oh my god. Okay. So for those who are unaware, Witcher 3 and CD Projekt Red, the developers behind it, have been preparing and sort of redeveloping a next gen update to Witcher 3, because it's probably the most popular game in the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to say, and yeah, they just released their first look at the upcoming next gen update, and my god, does it look good! Holy shit! It really is crazy just what a little bit of ray tracing can do to a
Yeah.
game that's like what 6 years old now,
Yeah.
something like that. Let me see. Witcher 3. When did it come out? 2000. No, that's The Witcher. Jesus Christ, I was gonna say 2007. You're having a laugh, mate. You're having a laugh. Witcher 3 came out 2015. Damn. Okay.
15. So yeah, 7 years.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Righto. It's crazy just what a little bit of ray tracing and
Bit of
upscale
polish.
textures and things like
Yeah.
that can do to a game that's 7 years old. Yeah. So this update, which is launching on December 14th, literally a week away from day of recording today on the 7th, is going to, like I said, bring ray tracing, ambient oculation, SSR, FSR, dynamic resolution features to PS5, Xbox Series X with choice of two modes, so ray trace quality mode in 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second performance mode. And then it's also coming to PC as well. So if you own the game on PC, you'll be getting this next-gen update regardless of what sort of PC you've got.
Nice.
Just as long as your PC can run it. PS5 players are also going to benefit from the haptic feedback and adaptive trigger support that you can find in that cool new DualSense 5 controller. So give that one a go as well if you've got a PS5, which I'll probably be playing it on if I was to give it a go.
Yeah.
And then PC players are also going to see upgrades, including the aforementioned, all those extra features and things, plus a new Ultra Plus detail setting and more. So if you do have a little bit of a beefier PC, you can really crank those settings and get it looking its best.
That'd be sexy.
But yeah, I've been putting off playing Witcher 3 for a while because I've heard of how much of a time sink it can be. But I think this might be the thing that does claw me in to sort of getting it started at some point. Because yeah, just the visuals of it were like, holy shit, it was crazy.
Yeah, I would love to see what it looks like now.
I want to see when it fully comes out. I'd like to see people do, how they always do those like comparative videos where it's
they split
Witcher
it in
in
half.
2015 and then they do Witcher in 2022 and like just how big of a difference it is. I saw one for the Fortnite update just from like last season to this season, like how big the updates were, and it's a massive difference. So, this is a very similar sort of effect, but yeah, very exciting for all you Witcher fans that this is coming out. So it's as good a time as any, I guess, to replay the game,
or play it for the first time,
or play it for the first time. Exactly.
Me.
Yeah, like me. Yeah. You've never played it as well, have you?
I've done one stream of it, but it was a time when I was playing Dark Souls and I kept comparing the combat to it.
Yeah. So you got stuck in that sort of loop.
Yeah. So now that I'm a bit away from that, I'm wondering if I'm gonna enjoy it more.
Yeah, you need a good palate cleanse, Yeah.
Yeah, some FPS palate cleanse.
That's it. Well, all right, gents. I think that's it for this week. I think we've gone through all the news topics. Actually, I will just add on right at the end. I wasn't going to touch on this, but if you guys are listening to this on the day of release, the Game Awards are happening today. So depending on where you are and how early you're listening to this, the Game Awards are happening. So maybe go and check out if they're streaming or something like that. Very excited to see what comes out of those, and all the new trailers, and obviously the Game Awards as well.
We'll have a good chat about it next week. Oh, actually, let's do a prediction. Who do you think's gonna win Game of the Year?
What are the nominees? I gotta check the nominees.
God of War, Stray, Elden Ring.
Stray, right? It's got to be Stray, right?
I hope so. Game Awards.
Okay, yeah. So Stray, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Yeah, well, okay. Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West. It's going to be a toss up between Elden Ring and Ragnarok for sure, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
And I feel like my gut is telling me Elden Ring is going to be the one that gets it. I feel like Ragnarok is just a bit too late in the year for people to really sort of, I guess, sink their teeth into it, as silly as that sounds. But
that's
I feel
true.
like Elden
Some
Ring
people
as well,
are quite late to the games.
Yeah, I just feel like Elden Ring took so much of a mainstay compared to Ragnarok. Like, obviously Ragnarok was a massive title.
The hype for Ragnarok was incredible. But
I
the
still
buzz
think Elden Ring
after
just outperformed it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, once people got their hands on Elden Ring, they were like, "Oh my fucking god, this is incredible!" Like,
there's still like videos and memes and stuff. I reckon Elden Ring. There's definitely not a lot of talk about Ragnarok since it's been released, which is a shame because
that's what I mean.
I was so looking forward to it.
Yeah, I feel like comparatively, Elden Ring will take the cake in my eyes. God of War Ragnarok probably a very close second.
I'm so happy Stray got nominated.
It's massive. Annapurna and all the other devs and things like that should be very proud that Stray even got nominated with such of these like behemoths,
same with Plague Tale. Plague Tale's like,
yeah, true.
Quite the
that one stuck under the radar a little bit for me. I feel like I totally forgot it was coming out until it was out, and I saw a bunch of people on Twitch streaming. I was like, oh shit, that's right. Yeah, that comes out this year. But yeah, pretty big as well for Sony to have two of their games
Horizon
basically listed in there. Nintendo's got a nod with Xenoblade as well, which is pretty big too. For a year of Nintendo, it was pretty lackluster.
Pretty meh this year for Nintendo.
Yeah. So expecting some big things from them next year for sure.
I mean, next year will be Zelda, so
that's true. So,
they've got 2023 in the bag.
Can't forget the Mario movie. Yeah.
Look, have you seen the trailer?
I have, and I can tell you now, we're getting a Nintendo doubleheader next year. I'm pegging. Quote me now. Okay. You got this as video recording.
I got it.
Mario movie, film of the year, the Oscars or the Golden Globes, whatever you want to call it. Movie of the year, and then game of the year is Breath of the Wild 2.
I'm not sure about the the movie of the year, but we'll see. I want to be proven wrong.
Movie of the year. That thing looks incredible, honestly. Incredible.
The graphics.
Maybe we'll take it down a peg. We'll say best animated. We'll say best animated.
Okay.
Best animated.
That I can deal.
I think I forget what's coming out next year.
I have no idea.
In terms of the other animated films and things. I don't follow animated films all that much than what I used to. But yeah, let's say best animated and then game of the year. Nintendo doubleheader. Quote me now.
You've heard it here first.
You heard it here first, yeah. All right. Before I go around throwing any other accusations, Jen, is there anything else you want to add on for the week?
No. Except, thanks for bearing with us for the month away.
Yeah, no, that's it. That same sentiment from me as well, guys. Thank you for being patient with us and all that sort of stuff. We'll be pumping out a bunch of content towards the end of the year. I'm probably getting some Christmas specials up in terms of gameplays and things like that. So make sure you subscribe for all of those. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. As always, we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What?